Good morning, guys. Welcome back. So, I'm in Aussie dollar buys. I entered buys like 3-4 minutes ago, and I'm expecting this to continue up since we broke out of this consolidation box. Now, yesterday we had some rejections here. There was no clean breakout, but then we had these candles. They just kept closing above this level. Now, this may be the second retest since we had this retest too. This can be the second retest, but I think it's just a daily retest and price should continue up, fill this range first, then maybe once we break this also continue up. So I think this is just a daily retest to continue up. Now price came a little lower than expected, even though this candle closed above the zone, but we have another small zone here, and I think that's why price came lower, and it can still push a bit lower than this, I think, just because of this zone, but at the end I still think that should continue up because daily it's telling me that price should continue up, and also hourly tells me the same since we got closed above the zone the previous 1 hour. If this 1 hour also closes above, then the next one just have to straight to go up. Now we'll have to see. I have a lot of confidence in this since we were consolidating for a long time and finally we are out of this consolidation. I think price should continue up now. I just don't see this coming all the way down to the downside because it doesn't make sense. Daily looks pretty clear on where it's gonna go. You can see the daily. So we have all these candles closing below, and now we have this big bullish candle that came all the way from down this support and closed above resistance. Now I think this is a daily retest and it should continue up. So let's wait and see. And as I said, it can come a bit lower, maybe test the support here. Then after that should continue up, or even now. So we just have to wait and see what's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be a very nice trade. We'll have to see. Stop loss is 20 pips. The reason why is because it's gonna leave us more room to manage this trade, and we can easily make this, even if it's a fake out, we can make it this a break-even trade. So you just can manipulate with it inside this range. No, I wasn't there for a minute. I'm back. I am back. Morning, morning. Yes, I am. Okay. I explained this on the start of the stream. So, yeah, I'm just going to explain it one more time. Why not? Because we have some new people coming in. So, we had this big consolidation box, right? And we were waiting since like all week for a breakout, either to the downside or to the upside. Now, we had a break yesterday. You can see all these rejections. It was not a clear break above this. Now this candle here closed strongly above this resistance, made a small retest and went all the way up. Now it's coming for the second retest, and now this is also a daily retest. Now you can see this candle came down but closed above. That's one confirmation that it's holding, this support is holding. Now this is the second candle that's coming, and this came deeper. And I said that this can come even a little lower than that just to test this small minor zone here. And I said that price should continue up. Also, it's a daily retest, so it makes this even better. This yesterday, yes, was a fake out. This was a fake out yesterday that happened, and you had a chance to, even if you were in sales, you had a chance to get out on break even, because price, you can see that closed back in the range, made the retest here, which would give you the chance to get out, then went all the way up. And we had some news yesterday that affected the market a lot, so we had some crazy moves yesterday. But I think today shouldn't be a fake out, the break to the upside. I think it should continue up. Daily shouldn't disappoint us. Yesterday was a fake out. First, we had some news. Second, the breakout was not strong enough. You see, even I did take this trade, but I exited on the retest of the fake out. Now, as I said, it was a weak breakout, and the 4 hour was not a good setup. The 4 hour was a big rejection. Also, the daily was at support, so a lot of things. But today is different. First, price went all the way up. The daily is pretty strong close. It closed above daily resistance. And now this is a daily retest. So as long as we stay above this support, we should be good to continue up. If you look at the 4 hour, it was a rejection. Yes, so this was a rejection from another zone, but I'm taking this based on the daily, so I have a lot of trust. It's a bit more risky than usual because we got rejected from another zone, but I still think should continue up at least for like 10-20 pips. Are you in the trade? Man, are you not paying attention or what? I said like 3 times until now. I'm in the trade. Once you see this on the candle activated, that means I'm in the trade. Okay, let's see how it's gonna go. Now we only need patience to let this work out. We'll see. It's pretty good setup. Of course, I would like first retest better, but since the first retest happened yesterday, we have to take the second retest. But the second retest is on the 1 hour. On the daily, it's the first retest. I think at least we should have 10-15 pips rejection. Well, there's a lot of potential for Aussie dollar to continue up. What's your favorite pair? My favorite pair is GJ, but for now, GJ is not giving me a lot of setups. So I'm trading other pairs. Well, I don't think I need to write it on the screen when I'm in a trade because I mean I'm explaining the trade. What does that mean? That means I'm taking it, and I literally said I'm in Aussie dollar buys. So people are asking too much. So I'm just gonna write it on the screen, all the explanation. So people won't ask me again and again why I took the trade. So I think it's better for everyone to write it on the screen. Okay. Was the breakout. This was the first retest. Okay, so as long as price stays above this, we are good to continue up. GJ, yeah, GJ moved a lot yesterday. EJ reached our extended target yesterday. The daily retest was perfect. Okay, so this is about Aussie dollar. All the explanation. Now let's take a look at other pairs. Somebody said GJ sells. Okay, let's take a look what's happening on GJ. Now let's clean this chart. First thing, we clean the charts because new day brings new things. Now I think yesterday we had this big candle, this big bullish candle, and we broke a lot of zones. First, this consolidation box, we broke this. There was no retest. Then we broke this next resistance. There was no retest. Then we went all the way up. Now we are getting rejected from this, but it's a pretty big range here. I think once it comes lower here, we will have some rejections to the upside, maybe even continue to fill the range. But I think we're gonna have a 20-30 pip rejection at least, because this is a pretty strong support. Look at the rejection every time price came here. So once it comes here, I think it's gonna bounce to the upside, and it's a pretty big. If we say that we are getting rejected from another zone, I think that the price, the range is pretty big, and a 20-30 pip rejection, it's not going to change anything. So it's almost 100 pip range here. I think once it comes at this support, I'm going to have at least 20-30 pips rejection to the upside. But for now, yeah, I don't know about sells. I wouldn't be very sure to take them, because we can still even reject from here. Look at these candles where they got rejected, even though I still think it should come lower, but I would stay away until it comes here. I would stay away. There's still room to drop for GJ. And this previous 4 candle, look how it closed, pretty strong bearish candle, and that sometimes tells me that momentum is pretty strong and price can still continue to the downside. So yeah, GJ still has room to go down, so let's wait. NSD. So New Zealand yesterday did a perfect fake out too. It happened the same on both pairs, and it was a perfect setup for buys too, because price closed back in the range, made a retest here, went all the way up. But like I said, there was news yesterday, so the news helped have this these USD pairs push a lot. So Now on the 1 hour we got close back in the range, but I still think this can continue up because we have this big support here. I still think price can reject this and continue up. So we'll have to see. I think there's no trade here for now. What else? USD CAD. USD CAD big drop yesterday. Now, if we go to the daily, because daily makes sense yesterday, got closed. We have support here and we have this broken support yesterday, which now acts as a resistance. I think a retest on the daily would be good for sells once it comes, but it's pretty big range, so it's a 50 pip range, needs to push a lot. So there's no trade on USD CAD yet. Aussie dollar is pushing, pretty nice. Got 7 pips. That's good. Another 3 pips for. We reached 10 pips. We can secure some maybe. We'll have to see. Okay, very nice push. Eight pips, another 2 pips. Once we're at 10 pips, we can secure some or move our stop at break even. This has good potential to continue a lot to the upside. Are you on GBP JPY? No, I'm not. I explained on what can happen on GJ, but I'm not in any trade on GJ, on any position. I didn't take anything. Can I enter the trade? No, I can't. It's too late now. Should have been here earlier. Those who want to take Aussie dollar buys, it's not the perfect time now because you're a bit late. The best entry was way lower. Now you're just gonna end up with a bad entry and a bigger stop loss than you need to. Now you have to wait because price may come for Uh, Now, next candle can make a small pullback, then push up. So maybe can give you a chance to enter, but for me, now I don't think I would take any entries anymore. Okay, so we already have 9 pips rejection, almost 10 pips, and I think now it's time to put my stop at break even. Because if price comes all the way down here, that would be a big rejection, which I wouldn't like to see. So better secure your profits, move your stop at break even. I still think price needs to push, maybe make a small pullback here, but still continue up. But coming all the way down to our entry, that wouldn't be a good sign. Yeah, the close was perfect. Came all the way back, closed above this resistance. Now we'll have to wait and see. This pullback, I expected this pullback, and after it, price should continue up. But like I said, if it comes all the way down to our entry, that's not a good sign because it would be a big retracement. So let's wait and see. Think at least we should move and fill this range first. And we have a pretty strong resistance here. After we break this too, I think we can push a lot higher than that. So we'll have to wait and see. Stop loss at break even, so you protect your profits. Because price already rejected 10 pips. I've been in GBP AUD trade since yesterday, and as it stands, I'm in negative equity. Do you think the trade will go bearish today, or do you recommend that? Stacy, I think you have to send a chart. That would be the best, so I can see what entry you have or what should you do. I just need to have an idea where your entry is, so I can give you an advice. So let's see. I think Aussie dollar now, it shouldn't go below this. I think it shouldn't go below this. It should stay above and continue up now. Because this is where our support is. And I think as long as it stays above, still have to continue up. Since this candle closed all the way bullish, I think this was just another smaller retest to continue up. Some some say the last kiss, or I don't know what term they use. I think that's the term. But it should stay above this. It shouldn't come below that, because if it comes below that, it may stop us at break even, which will not be good because still can continue up. No, I didn't catch GJ sells. I don't trade A's in session because it's midnight here, so a lot of setups that happen on Asian session, I don't catch them. I can't. I trade London and New York session. I think that's enough. Yeah, I think USD CAD can continue up for that retest, but the question is how high is gonna come, because the daily is all the way up here, and on the 1 hour we have a lot of zones before that, so it might reject this zone too before coming up here and coming all the way up here to make it a retest the daily. It has to be a massive bullish candle, which is not a good sign, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's take a look at other pairs. GA. Let's take a look. GA is in a strong bearish trend, so it can still continue down, but we need some kind of confirmation, right? Now, to continue down, I think we have a minor zone here which needs to be broken. To continue down, we have another one here yesterday that happened. We had to close back in the range, a retest, and all the way up. Now, I don't know, I can't say if it's gonna continue down or not without a breakout of this support. Can't say anything. Any views on second entry on Aussie dollar? I guess you can enter here with a stop loss just below the wick. You know, that would be like 5-6 pips stop loss. Yeah, around 6 pips. But I think the best entry was here and you missed it. But if you take a second entry, make sure you use lower risk. So it's rejecting. Should continue up now. Think we're good to go. Yeah, GJ is already pushing up. We take a look at the daily on GJ. I still think that GJ can continue up. It's just the monthly. Yeah, big wick on the monthly. Well, based on the daily, I think it should continue up, GJ. Maybe can come a little lower to test this support on the daily, but still, I think this is all a zone. Price can still continue up. GJ has a lot of zones in between, so this is almost 100 pip range. You can take 5 trades until it comes up here, because you have zones like almost 20 every 20 pips. You have resistance here, a break above, and a retest would send you to the next zone very easily. Next zone is almost 40 pips range. So yeah, there's a lot of zones on GJ. I only take GJ when it gives me a perfect setup. Other than that, you see yesterday, why I'm saying that this is a good zone. Yesterday we got closed above that, made a retest straight to the next zone. Today we closed below that, made a retest here, went all the way down. Now coming back again, if we close above here, might have a retest to continue up. The only thing is that the 4 hour is not that good for buys. It won't give you that that safety that you want, that comfort you want when you take a trade. So for me, I would just stay away from GJ till it gives me a perfect setup. And this is a perfect setup, Aussie dollar. Perfect. Exactly how we expect it to happen. Small pullback, another push to the upside. Perfection. It's at 10 pips now. So you can secure your profits if you want, or you can still hold for more. I think I'm gonna secure 50% here, and I'm gonna leave 50% run at least at 20 pips, filling this range to the upside. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Secure 50%, leave 50% run. Okay, so now we wait and see. Secured 50%, gonna hold the other half for more. We'll see how it goes. Until now it was perfect. Do a swing trade sometimes. Cheers from Venezuela. Good to have you here. Yeah, I sometimes the scalp trades turn into swings pretty easy. So sometimes I hold for a week or two. It depends. It depends. So sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But if a setup tells me signs that price can continue a lot more, then why not holding for swing? That's why I leave runners, because I can hold them for swing. Can hold them for a longer time. And I don't lose anything. It's just gonna be a bonus for me. Can I buy Aussie now? No, I can't. It's too late. It's too late to buy Aussie dollar now. Now you just have to watch and maybe find another setup. Morning, Daniel. Morning. Yeah, let's see. It's not it's not the end of the day. If you miss this trade, there's a lot more coming, so there's no need to worry. It's still only the beginning of the day. Let's take a look at GU. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like GU rejected from this resistance. We have support here. I think the options here on GU are you have to wait for this resistance to break to continue up. In fact, that's the only option I think it is for GU. I wouldn't do anything else here. UJ. Take a look at UJ. So yesterday on UJ we had this breakout. We were waiting for this resistance to break, but I missed it at the end. Closed above this, made a retest here, went all the way up. Now it came back in the range, made a retest, went all the way down. Now coming back up again, taking sells would be more risky because it's the second retest. But it would make perfect sense to continue even lower than that. Let me take a look at the 4-hour. Do you see any correlation between AUDUSD and GJ? No, I don't. They are different pairs. Yeah, so UJ is at 4-hour support. I wouldn't take anything on UJ. Pretty much everything is messy around here. So we're just between these two zones. Until I have a clean breakout, clean setup, not gonna take anything. Euro AUD daily retest. It's so Euro AUD and Aussie dollar have a bit of correlation. If Aussie dollar is pushing up, probably Euro AUD is gonna push down. So, but that doesn't happen every time. Now, you can see how EA closed below all the previous candles. All these candles rejecting, these are daily candles. Now this big bearish candle closed below all this, made a retest here. Price should continue down based on the daily. Now when we go on the 4-hour, we see that price already did a break and retest first. But this zone, we still have to go past these candles. Now if we want to take a trade on the 4-hour now here, daily already did the break and retest, but we can't just sell EA without going past these 4-hour candles. Now if this 4-hour candle comes and closes below this, then a retest to continue down would be the safest trade. That's what I think. That's the safest way we can trade EA here. Even though the daily is already making the break and retest and we can miss all this move, but still it's better to wait for a better confirmation. So once we go below this previous 4-hour candle, close below this, then a small retest and continuation can be very nice. Now we just have to wait for that. And we're also going to have then another confirmation, which is a daily retest that happened here. So lots of confirmation for sell there. Aussie dollar is going pretty nice. Let's check if we have any news today. Okay. Yeah, so this can affect euro in 48 minutes. There's high impact news. Other than that, we have in 1 hour also euro news. Lots of news. Looks like in 1 hour we're gonna have some fireworks. We'll see. Usually euro news doesn't have much impact, but still we have to be careful. If I see a bearish close on the second retest, will that be a confirmation for a sell on a lower time frame? I think the second retest, it depends. It depends where that second retest is coming. A bearish close, I don't know if that would be a confirmation. Maybe it would be, but that would be only just a rejection, or maybe just a try to break that, and the second candle can still try to break that. First retest is always the best because you're going with momentum. Momentum is good. You have a breakout, makes us a quick retest, and price goes in that direction, continues in that direction. So that's the best. After the first time, it's always worse than the first time. It's always risky than first time. Because the more price tests a zone, more likely it's going to break that zone. Just that you have a lot of rejection, that doesn't mean that price is going to reject. In my opinion. But if we have a break and we're having rejections, then that's a good sign that price can continue up. Okay, we have a chart here, let's take a look. Wow, very nice push on Aussie dollar. This can go a lot more. Once we break above this too, can have another push to the upside. NSD USD, yeah, if that closes above, then you might have a chance to enter. But for me, I'm not gonna take it. Still holding Aussie dollar, but I took it yesterday on the retest. I sent it on my group. This was the move, then came back down again. Now if price closes again above this, then a retest to continue up, yeah, would make a lot of sense. Why not? Looks good. Okay, 15 pips on Aussie dollar now. Very nice. Okay, if you guys have any setup, let me know. I'll give it a look, give you my opinion. Is Canadian yen a buy? It looks like it, but you have to be careful because you are in between two zones. We have resistance, you have support. Yeah, it looks like it was a good buy here. And it moved. Almost 20 pips, 15 pips, 16 pips. Yeah, looks like the move is already done. But if you want safe buys here, you're gonna have to wait to close above this. You need to close above, then a retest to continue up. But other than that, the move is already done. It moved almost 16 pips and it's only 10 pips away from resistance. So better wait for that to break before taking any entries. Take a look at euro dollar, US dollar. Still couldn't break this support. Now we'll see. We might consider a break of this minor zone here for buys. I might consider it, but still I need a good breakout. Need this 4-hour candle go above the previous one. A retest to continue up. So we have to wait for Aussie to see where it's gonna go. What about EJ? EJ is not a position to take a trade right now. I think there's not much going on EJ. EJ is at resistance. I mean, this 4-hour is pretty big drop, and this might be a retest to continue down, but rather than taking sell, I wouldn't take anything here. I think the best would be to stay away, because we are getting rejected from support. It's between two zones. It's not even 20 pip. It's only 20 pip range. So nothing for now. GJ rejecting from 4-hour support. Daily, I said that should continue up even more. So if we want to take a trade on GJ, next zone is 35 pips. Now I explained before that this is a good zone for GJ. It's a good zone, and you can see the before what happened with this zone. Yesterday, for example, big push to the upside, this candle closed above, made a retest of this zone, went all the way up, now came back down. You can see this candle closed below this, made a small retest here, went down. Now I don't know how many pips is that, but of course was not enough. 15, 16 pips, it's not bad. And the fact that price rejected here, this was the reason, because we had support here, and this would be a reason to close our trade earlier than 20 pips. Now if this candle closes above, a good breakout above this resistance, then a retest, we can have a continuation to the next zone here. That's what I think about GJ, and we can use a good stop loss. I think not that big. Our entry would be here, put a stop of 10-11 pips just below the breakout candle. I think that would be safe, because once it goes past this breakout candle, then can continue all the way down. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. For now, there's no breakout yet. We have another 20 minutes until candle closes, so we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, this was zero drawdown, like most of the trades. Can't find a better entry. Let's see. EU is pushing, taking EU buys. I think it can be good, but it's a bit messy, a lot of candles in between, a lot of zones. But I think a quick scalp trade here would be acceptable. We have plenty of rejection on this level, so we can take this as a good level to take a trade. Lots of rejections. This may be the retest to continue down also, but we are getting rejected from support here, and I would rather wait for a break above this to continue up. That's what I think, so we'll see. Good morning. Which platform you use? Which platform for what? If you can be more specific, that would be nice. Yeah, I find Euro USD ranging, and it's difficult to trade. There's a lot of consolidation, a lot of zones, messy chart. So yeah, it's pretty difficult to trade. NSD USD can be a good one too. We'll have to wait and see. This candle looks like it's gonna close pretty good. Once it closes above this zone, can be nice for buys. Let's wait and see. "15 minutes left. Gonna have some nice trades, I think. EU can be good. GJ can be good too. It's gonna be a good breakout, and there's a good range to fill. New Zealand USD can be good. Lots of pairs coming. Lots of setups. GJ can be very nice. If we get a strong close like this, perfect. Look at the 4 hour. We got rejected from this support. Daily made the retest. If we break this 1 hour, lots of confirmations. Only that shouldn't go too far because you might consider it as a rejection after. But let's see. Let's see how it's gonna close. Aussie dollar went perfect. We have 20 pips now. This was an epic trade. Okay, so like I said, I have 50% running. Once I secured 50% at break even at 10 pips. Now we have another 10 pips, 20 pips. Now I can secure some more here, but I'm still gonna lead some rudder. Still gonna lead 20% one. Can't go a lot more. It's just a matter of time. What a trade this was. My target on Aussie dollar, I'm gonna take a look now. I'm just gonna close some of my positions. I'm gonna leave some around too. Okay, let's take a look. So first target was here. Now we have a big range to fill actually. So once we break above this, price can continue a lot more. We have like almost 100 pip range to fill. And this was a big consolidation. I said before that once we're gonna break, we're gonna have a big move either way. So for me, my extended target is at 0.6970, 700 I think. So once I just want to see this breaking this resistance, because once we break above that, once we break above this, there's no traffic here. You see we have a clean candle, free traffic to go all the way up, and after this we can have another continuation to the upside. So just waiting to see what happens. Would I take another trade here? I don't know, we'll have to see. If we get a good breakout, why not? Because it's a good resistance, strong resistance. So yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, see how many rejections we had at this level, and this rejection also. So once we close above that, expect a very nice move, continuation to the upside. I don't know if this candle is gonna break now because it's gonna be pretty hard. We have only 10 minutes left and we need to close at least 5-10 pips above. But after that, a break and retest would be perfect. Not as perfect as the first entry though, because first entry was epic. Do you know trusted forex brokers for small accounts? There are a lot of brokers, good brokers that you can find. Think just go on Google, search for one. I use Pepperstone. There is Trader's Domain of Uncle Ted. It's a great broker. There's a lot of good brokers out there that you can use. I think nobody can tell me what is a scam or not because we all can do our research about everything, so nobody's opinion can affect my opinion. I can see what broker is a scam or what not. Trader's Domain, it's a great broker. Nobody had a problem with that. If only one guy is having a problem with that, then what about hundreds of other people that trade on it that never have problems? So who would you trust? Yeah, Trader's Domain is Uncle Ted's broker. If I set up a copy trade, it would be on the Trader's Domain, probably. So we'll see on the future. It's your choice, guys. Nobody's gonna make you open an account in any broker. It's your choice. You can do your own research and you can choose which one you like. So this is all you. Whenever you want to open an account, it's your choice. I'm just giving you my opinion of what broker I use. So it's up to you to choose whatever you want. Okay, 6 minutes left. Waiting. We'll see. Now I have two trades that two setups that I'm thinking to take. First is GJ and second is New Zealand USD. Taking GJ is more volatile. New Zealand USD is not that much, so I think it's safer to take NSD It has a clean setup too. So we're gonna have to wait and see. Gonna have to wait and see. Yeah, we'll have to see. I think New Zealand USD would be a better setup for me to take. Lucas, I'm glad I'm helping you. And yeah, this is the purpose of this live stream. It's to help you guys, give you what I know. I hope will be help, helpful for your style, for your trading journey. That's what I'm doing here. Not selling you dreams, just trading charts with consistency. And I think you've seen the consistency of this style of trading, of my style of trading, since I started the stream. And you can go to watch all the previous streams and do some calculations. Look how many wins I took and how many losses I took, and how big the wins were and how small the losses were. So it's all there. You can go and rewatch the streams. Nothing to hide here. It's all live. All the trades are here live, explained in my way. I'm never gonna say there's no better. There's all the other strategies are the worst or my strategy is the best. There are hundreds of ways to trade. Everyone should find their own way that suits them, and because there are a lot of different ways to trade, and some just match with your personality, and you can find yourself better. This suits me, and it for me it's pretty simple. Of course, it takes time and practice, but once you master it, it's something that never it's never old, never gets old. I've been trading this for years now. I have hundreds and thousands of trades on the same thing over and over again. As long as you use good risk, as long as you follow your plan, there's never gonna be needed to be worried about the trading. Good risk management is gonna take you very far. Yeah. Usually people when they see something very simple, I think they don't trust it because they used to see charts, a lot more complicated charts, because people used to use a lot of lines, a lot of things on the chart just to make it look like they're doing something special. But in fact, the simplicity is the best. Less, less lines, less drawings can be a lot better. USD CAD, okay, let's take a look, Lorenzo. USD CAD. Okay, USD CAD. Support. I know what you mean. You're waiting for a breakthrough here, right? Yeah, if it does break below, we have a nice setup on USD CAD. Good find. Okay, so USD CAD is not a break. GBP JPY is a breakout. Now, if price goes all the way up, that wouldn't be valid anymore. Needs to come make a retest here to continue up. But we'll have to see. It's pretty far, maybe. How many pips is this? Yeah, 20 pips. I don't know if we're gonna have a retest, but we'll have to see. We have New Zealand USD. It's much closer, and I think it's pretty good. We only need a small pullback here, and should continue up after that. So let's wait and see. Let's see. So this candle closed above resistance, so we have a breakout. Or close back in the range, however you want to say. Now, let's see. I think even here we can have the rejections from here. So first can enter the first entry. This can be the first entry, And we can use a stop loss of, let's take a look how many pips. 10 pips. Yeah, perfect. Stop loss should be just below the previous candle, previous breakout candle. Once it closes below that, there's no hope anymore. So I think this is going to act as support now because we have plenty of rejections. And coming all the way down here would be a big rejection. So I think this should be the first entry. And if it comes a bit lower, at least at the middle of this candle, that should be good too. So first entry here, second if it comes lower. Now, the thing is that we already have a win. Now we don't risk the whole profits, right? We risk a percentage of our profits. Always, if the first trade is a win, then there's no need to risk all that win. You only, let's say, maybe you decide to risk half of that profit. So for me, if I take this, it's going to be only a percentage of the profits risking, not my whole profits. Let's wait and see. I'm not in this, not yet. Should come here at least. Okay, just a little more. 550 would be my entry. Aussie dollar is currently running. It's very nice. Still needs to push too. Okay, so New Zealand is here. Gonna take a buy now. Like I said, only risking half or less than half of your profits. There's no need to risk all your profits. Can you buy Aussie dollar now? I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. New Zealand USD dollar, US dollar, it's way better. It's way better and it's clean. There's no much complications on this. Now, the only thing is that price can come a little deeper maybe. So I'm not entering the full lot size here. I'm just leaving a bit room for if this comes lower, we can enter another position. but it can still continue from this point. You can see that rejections we had here before. All these candles closed below this. Now this candle closed above. This should be the retest. Even if it does come lower, I don't think that would be a problem. And the lowest it can come is here, and it should continue up. And we have this big consolidation. We have the breakout. It was a deeper retest, but just like Aussie dollar, we had a small minor zone here which got rejected. Now this closed back in range, also closed above this minor resistance. This should continue up, at least fill this range. This wick that has here, it's not a very big range, but I think this can continue even more. Now it's only a matter of time. Gonna have to wait and see. Only using 10 pips because stop loss, because there's no need for more. Once price comes all the way down here, I don't think there's many hopes that we can have for price to continue up. So all the signs now are for this to go bullish. There's no signs for this to go bearish. Now let's take a look at the daily so we can see what's happening. Yeah, so it's very clear even on the daily. It's a break and retest of the daily too. So you can see all these candles all closing at the same level. All these are daily candles. Now this bullish candle closed above all these previous candles, made the retest. Now we didn't enter on the daily where the retest was happening, and instead of that we waited for the lower time frame to give us some more confirmation. Now when we go on the 1 hour, we look that we closed above 1 hour resistance, also 4 hour resistance. Also we broke a minor zone here, which let's see if it's gonna hold or not. But still, even if it does come lower, it's still gonna be a retest to continue up. So everything right now is telling us that price should continue up. There's no signs for sells here. Yeah, I hope this was a good explanation. Let's wait and see how it's gonna go. Okay, let's see. In this scenario, what percentage of your entries you have left for entering when it comes lower? Well, it depends. I left like 30% if it does come lower. Thing is, the range is small here. The whole move, the whole stop loss is only 10 pips, so I didn't leave too much because even if it come lower, that would be 2-3 pips lower and wouldn't make a lot of difference. And you can see how we are rejecting this now. This is a good sign because it shows that it's respecting this now. But it's nothing compared on what should do. Should make a push at least here. Let me see how many pips we have this range. Yeah, this is another 10 pips. 10 pips range, so we'll see. First target should be here. Then we can secure some and hold for more. I don't see a lot of traffic on the left, to be honest, so it's pretty much free traffic on the left. Yeah, but at least we can have here is 10 pips. So let's wait and see. Okay, looks like we have a dislike. I would really want to see, really want to know why that guy is not liking this, because it would be helpful really to see if I'm doing something wrong or what can I do better than this. So hearing a review from that guy would be really good, just so I know why is that. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna judge anyone. It's their own choice. I don't expect this. I don't expect from all people to like my live stream. Of course, there are people who don't like it. There's always going to be someone who doesn't like what you do, of course. And of course that not everyone likes the way I trade, so that's understandable. King Hydra, welcome. Well, I think live streams are not easy to do. First of all, you need a lot of confidence to go in front of people and give advice because it's not that 10 people are watching here, it's almost 100 people. So I have some responsibility here. But if I wasn't confident in my trading way, I wouldn't be here at all. Usually, when I wait for a trade, I play games, but for now I can't. I'm doing live stream. Unless you guys want to see me gaming while we wait for a trade. Yeah, I'm just glad that I can help. Lots of people need some guidance. Why not? If I'm able to help, why not helping? Not helping. So it's pretty good feeling to help others. Yeah, great to hear this. I would say I'm very glad, and I would thank you guys very much. Lots of you have been here from day one. So yeah, just waiting for this New Zealand USD to push. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, even though the growth has been pretty big and very fast, because it's not that I'm doing this for too long. I only started like 2 weeks ago. I think I've done live streams. One week was not every day, second week was every day, and this is the third week, and we're having 100 viewers. lately or more. So that's great. It tells a lot actually. If there's going to be a lot of people here, that means that they're finding good information. Kevin, let's take a look on USD CAD. Thing is that on USD CAD I said that we need we need a break below this. We need a break below this, then we can have a trade here, but not before that, because if we reject this, it can still continue up. So the best would be to wait for this. Lots of rejections, and you can see that every time price came here, a big drop happened, or when it closed above, a big push to the upside. Then we had on the first time a rejection here, you can see. Now it's the second time. Maybe now we're gonna have a breakout. So we'll have to see. You're surprised that I'm not in GJ. Well, GJ is not doing a retest for now, so that's why I'm not in GJ. Yeah, GJ should come for a retest here and then continue up. Daily on GJ looks also like a retest. If we go on the daily, you can see daily closed above all the previous candles. The drop was pretty big, but I still think that price should continue up based on the daily. Maybe though this was just a wick on the monthly to continue up, so I think this is a good support for GJ. Can continue all the way up here, but for us we need to wait for a breakout on lower time frames. Actually, we have a breakout on lower time frames, so that's what we're waiting for. Since we didn't take the daily, we can wait for the 1 hour. So the daily already happened, the retest. Now we have a breakout of this resistance, waiting for a retest, even though the best would be to wait for this resistance. Why? Because if this is a daily support, then we have to wait for lower time frames to break this to enter. So if we don't get a retest here, we can wait for this to break, and once we break this, that would be perfect. It would be a very nice trade once we break above this too, and it would match with daily retest. Once daily would go bullish, we would break this high too, maybe. So we'll have to wait and see. Let's take, so somebody's asking for EA. Okay, let's take a look. EA. Okay, so like I said before on EA, if we want to take a trade here, we have to wait for this 4 hour to close below. And the daily already made the break and retest, which is with this zone on the daily. That's the break and retest. But if we want to take a trade here, since we missed the entry here, we have to wait to close below this. And that would be also below all these 4 hour candles. A break below this, a retest, would be perfect to continue down. So we're gonna have to wait and see. If we have also 4-hour breakout, that would be even better. That's what I think. New Zealand USD is still there. Not too much going on right now. It's gonna take some time, but we have plenty of time. Aussie dollar, I think this should continue too. But for now it's resting for a bit and maybe gain some liquidity to continue up. Now my focus is on NSD USD. Gonna wait for this to continue up. See, the ranges are small. We can't expect a big move on this, even though we finally broke out of consolidation, and every time we break a big consolidation I expect a big move too. Sky, no, I'm already on the trade. The breakout is my confirmation. Okay, let's take a look at this chart. Okay, King Hydra, or how do you spell this name? Sorry. I think this is not the way of trading, of my trading, so I can't say anything of this. If you trade support and resistance, buying support, selling resistance, I think it's pretty risky. You need more confirmation than just double top. And if you do this, you can check the daily and see if this trade is good for you. Because when you go to the daily, I can show you a reason why that can fail. You go on the daily, what do you see here? You have a break and a retest. You have a breakout on the daily. Look at all these candles. All these candles got rejected from this support. And they all closed above that. Now this daily candle closed below. This is the retest. This can continue a lot more. So I would say be careful, because this can still continue lower. That's what I think. Just my opinion. You have your own trading way, so if that's okay for you, you can do whatever you want. Just my opinion. Let's see. Okay, also if you're on EA, just so you know, you have a lot of news coming up that can affect euro. You have to be very careful. Lots of high impact news coming up. 20 minutes and 10 minutes waiting. Let's see. NSD USD, it's starting to move. Okay, let's see. We need a good push to the next zone and we'll secure some and hold some for long term if we want to. See, nice push. Aussie dollar is pushing also. Let's wait and see. Okay, let's see. Other than this, I think only EA can be the next trade, but base we have to look see what happens with the news. If the news are bad for euro and we have a breakout below, then we will have also the fundamental side as our confirmation. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. USD CAD can be a nice trade too. We need to close below. See if we have any CAD news today. We don't have CAD news, but we have USD news. So it's pretty far, 4 hours and a half. So in 4 hours we have USD news. Until then, maybe a small break and retest can play out quickly, but if the trade doesn't play out until the news, then if you're in the trade, you have to close before the news, because you don't know the outcome that can come from the news. Yeah, so if it's a holiday on Canada, I'm not gonna expect too much from USD CAD actually. So let's focus on pairs that can move more. And as USD is going up, we have 6 pips, nothing, still need more, another 5 pips, 4 or 5 pips. And I think it's gonna fill this range pretty nice. Yeah, and these USD news can affect also NSD CAD, so the best would be this trade to work before the news, which is 4 hours away, so there's plenty of time. 7 pips, another 3 pips. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna move my stop at break even because it's almost there, and maybe we can have a rejection, who knows, because we have another 4-hour resistance here, which we talked before, so it can be a bit risky. We have a lot of rejections at this zone, so stop loss at break even, and we leave this run because there is a lot more that can go, just a matter of time. Okay, also Aussie dollar still pushing. How many pips we have here? Okay, we have almost 25 pips, still pushing. There's still a room to go to the upside. Like I said on Aussie dollar, we have a clean traffic on the left. Once we go past this resistance, once we go past this, it can continue a lot more this clean traffic on the left. And the USD news, maybe it's gonna help it a bit, but since the entry is very nice, we can put our stop even higher to protect our profits and wait for the news. They can help out a bit and push this to the next zone here. We have a big range. The day is long. There's a lot that can happen until the end of the day. So we have to be patient. Hydra. I think you have to be careful because there are a lot of news on EA. So whatever happens, it's going to be affected by the news. But if it hits your take profit, congrats. Only 8 pips on NSD/USD, still needs to push more. If this comes all the way down, that means we got rejected from this 4-hour resistance, and better to protect our profits. Can't let this come all the way down. That's not a good sign. See how price is rejecting now? We'll see, maybe it's going to be affected by the Euro news a bit, which I don't think so, but it can happen. So stop loss at break even, and we hold. See what's happening with GJ. Wow, GJ came all the way back. Okay, looks like GJ is making the retest on the 1 hour. The only thing is that we have news, Euro news, and it might affect GBP too, so I'm not gonna risk it. I'm not gonna take anything on GJ. We have a lot of news, it can affect GBP too maybe, so better stay away. Even though I would really like this, it's very nice setup. But can't risk it with the news. Oh yeah. Okay, New Zealand USD. It stopped me at break even, so not this in this trade anymore. It only had a small move to make to give me 10 pips, so it then only went 8 pips. Not enough. Okay, so stop loss hit at break even. I still think it should continue, but it depends now how it's gonna react from the news. GG, I think GG is gonna continue. Let me see. If we take GJ, we can use a 10 pip stop loss. But the 4 hour is it's not good. It's a big rejection. The previous 4 hour closed very strong, and this can continue down more. So it's too risky for me. I would stay away. And I will stay away. If I'm not comfortable in a trade, there's no need to risk it. It can still continue up, but that won't make a difference. If I'm not comfortable on it, it doesn't matter where it goes. So yeah. See what EuroCAD is doing. Looks like we have a major support here. We'll see if we break below or not. GCAD. Wow, looks like we had a perfect break and retest on the 4 hour. GU. Nothing special happening. EA still here. No breakout. EJ big rejection. GJ the same. So pretty much nothing big is happening right now. USD small consolidation box on the 1 hour. 4 hour, let's take a look at the 4 hour. Same, nothing much. New Zealand CAD, I hope we break out this consolidation. I would like a drop better than a push to the upside. So we're gonna have to wait. Okay, so MCMG. Urine cat cells, that's good. That's great. I've been trading for 4 years now, since 2016. It's been a while. Yeah, so nothing much right now. I think if New Zealand USD, if the 4 hour closes above, that would be way better. Now, if the 4 hour closes above, that's when I can take an entry again, take some buys again. Since I got closed at break even from the 1 hour trade I took, now I'm gonna wait for the 4 hour. Once the 4 hour closes above, a retest and continuation would be the best. Hydra. The thing is, we don't trade that way. We wait for a break. After the break, we wait for a retest. So, except for that, we don't look at other things. Sorry. But I hope it goes in a way, because I don't want to see anyone lose. I want to see everyone win. I hope we all make money together. Yeah, it looks like the Euro news didn't have much effect. What do you think about Fibonacci? I think whoever can use it in a good way for their trading style, it's good, why not? But for me, it's not necessary in my trading way, in my way of trading. Would you say trading is at the same level as Raja or Monty? Monty? I don't know why are you asking this question? I mean, it's not gonna help you anything. Yeah, of course. We all have different style of trading, and like I said before, there are hundreds of ways to trade the market, so it's nothing wrong with other strategies. What I do here is only what I only show my way of trading, because there are a lot of different ways to trade. GCAD, Sahaj King. I think this is already done, GCAD, because you go take a look at the 4 hour on GCAD and the trade is done on the 4 hour. 1 hour is not clean, I would rather stay away, but you can look at the 4 hour, already happened the break and retest. We're already done here. This was the trade. Yeah, so with a 20 pip stop loss, you would be pretty good here. Price move already 20 pips. So yeah, the move is done on GCAD. I wouldn't take anything. Not much here. Euro USD. I think Euro USD can continue up still. But like I said, even though I saw that we broke above this, but there was news, so I didn't want to get involved with the news, and there's still time for the other news. So we had good news about Euro. Good news, so we can expect Euro to go up. Since price closed above this candle rejecting the zone, I think we can go up here. See how many? 8 pips. 8 pips, okay. Okay, so I'm gonna take a buy on Euro USD. Gonna take a buy, and my stop loss is gonna be 8 pips, just below this wick, this currently wick that's happening right now. If it comes a bit lower, I'm gonna enter another entry. So I'm gonna tell you the reason why I entered this trade. It's not the best. It's not the best trade you can find, but like I said before, since New Zealand USD we got stopped at break even. There's not much happening right now on NSD USD. Gonna switch to Euro USD. First of all, we had this pretty big support, lots of rejections. Now this candle closed above all these rejections and also above this small minor zone here. Made pretty big retracement. I think a bit this move was affected by the news a bit, but the news was good for Euro, and I think now it should push to the upside. There's a good range to fill. Also, the 4-hour went above the previous 4-hour candle, which most of the time is a good sign for price to continue up. Now I'm only using 8 pips stop loss because there's no need more. Once price comes all the way down here again, there's chances that price can continue down. Yeah, so now this candle closed very good. We have a close above this level. Now this next candle should continue up. Waiting for that. Let's see if we have a 4-hour close or not yet. Yeah, I don't have 4-hour close yet, but we're gonna have to wait and see. I think this is another confirmation that price closed above this support here and also above this bigger support. So this is like a minor zone for EU, but this one is a better major zone, let's say. Now price continue up, I think. Small pullback here and push to the upside. We got rejected all the way from here. The news were good. So we should see euro push higher than this. Well, it's good to follow the news because you have to know you need to know what's happening, you know. You don't just trade without checking the news because news can cause a lot of losses, and most of the traders lose because of the news. They hold trades while the news are happening, and then they end up with a loss because you never know the outcome of the news. How much percent increase do you target per week? I don't understand this question fully, but I don't tend to increase my target every week to say, let's say this week I made 5%, next week I want to make 10%. I can say that, but you never know what the next week's going to bring. So whatever the market gives me, I'm always pleased. Euro USD is pushing. Let's see how far it's going to go. Next target should be this. After that, we'll have to see what happens. How do you know that news are good? Look at the result. A better result than expected. So all these results are better than expected, so that means it's good news for euro. Okay, NSD/USD also continued up, just closed at break even. I think that the news affected a bit to make that pullback, just like on Euro USD. Now should continue up. Aussie dollar is doing the same. Let's see, once it breaks this, gonna have a nice move to the upside. Almost 30 pips. Euro USD, it's going very nice, but not enough. We need more pips here. 3-4 pips, that's nothing basically. We need a lot more. Now, since we went above the previous one, I think we should continue more. Ten pips target first, and after that, we'll have to see. Okay, very nice push. So when the news came, there was not a big push, so I think it's having effect now after the news. Okay, it already went 7 pips. I need another 3 pips to hit at least 10 pips. We only had like 10 pips stop loss, so 1-to-1 risk reward isn't that bad. Can take profits even at 8 pips, but it's not enough. I think it has a lot more potential to go up. A lot of potential to go up, but first target should be this next zone here. Yeah, not every time price moves right after the news. Maybe it takes some time. Then even it can take an hour or half an hour. Then starts to move. So there is an explanation behind that. Okay, let's see. Let's go EU. Another push to the upside would be perfect. 30 pips on AUD USD. Perfect trade. It filled the ranges that we expected. Now it's going above this. Once we break above this, another break and retest to continue all the way up. That's perfect. Yeah, this was very good. Can you give the link for the new site? myfxbook.com. There's plenty of other sites, so you can you can choose whichever you want, whichever you like most. It's myfxbook, it's investing.com, lots of other website for the news. Yeah, Forex Factory, it's not that good actually, because lots of times Forex Factory doesn't show if the news have high impact or not. Because I've experienced that there are a lot of times where it doesn't show that high impact, but other websites, all of them show that there's high impact, and you can have a big move, then you don't know why it happened because Forex Factory was saying that it wasn't a high impact. GJ, wow, went perfectly. Wow, what a move, GJ. In 10 minutes, all the way up. Very nice. Just as expected. But like I said, I didn't take it, so I did. I don't regret of not taking because I took Euro USD. Still good. Euro is pushing too, so it's gonna give me some pips. But of course, GJ is more volatile. It moves more. The range, the range is bigger on GJ, so a small move is right away 20 pips. So let's see. EU almost 10 pips. Gonna secure some at 10 pips and leave some run. Boom, man. Nice. If you took GJ, great. Yeah, you can close 50% now and leave some run. Okay, perfect. We have 10 pips on Euro USD. Secure some here and move your stop at break even. Okay, very nice. It was perfect trade. 12 pips, still going. I think this can go a lot more. Gonna hold 50% for more pips. Stop loss at break even. No, I don't think I'm gonna do New York session. Okay, almost 14 pips. It was a very nice trade. Have a nice day. Thanks for being here. Okay, so let's see. It still needs to push a lot more. This is only the beginning. There's a lot more that can happen here. But always secure some profits, leave some run. We're almost at resistance, so you can see how these candles here got rejected from this zone, and the same can happen here. So better secure some. We only had an 8 pip stop loss. Already went 13 pips, so that's a good risk reward. That's great. Good to see you guys that took the same trade. It was very nice. Let's see, this is a third trade today. It's been pretty nice. Jordan, 20% in EU. That's perfect. Big risk, but anyway, you know your account, so 20%, that's a lot. I think scalping can help you hold also swing trades, because if you open 5 trades, you close 3 or 4 at your first target, then you can hold the other position for a longer time. So leaving a runner, it's always good, because anything happens that happens, it's just gonna be a bonus for you, and you can get some experience on holding trade. So yeah. USD CAD is not a breakout yet. Because you can see how this candle didn't close below. It still stayed above. Now this candle is not closed yet, so we can't say it's a breakout without seeing this candle close. Once it's closed, then we can say it's a breakout. But there's plenty of time, so anything can happen. GJ went perfectly. What a trade. 30 pips, move to the upside. That's very nice. Eric, if you want to know my opinion on a setup, would be great if you sent a chart. That would be the best way to give you my opinion. Now, like you said on GJ, what we can do is we can wait for this to break. Once it breaks above, we can take a trade. This was good also, but we didn't take it. We took EU instead, so still good. And we'll have to wait and see. There's plenty of potential. Aussie dollar can go a lot more. Gonna expect this to fill this range all the way up to the upside. And like I said before, we have a 70-80 pips range to the upside. Plenty of pips here. GU. Okay, let's take a look at GU. Okay, GU is very nice too. If we break above, a retest to continue up would be perfect. We need a good strong close. Once we close above, that would be perfect. Let's see. Yeah, we need a 10 pip breakout. Once we have the breakout, we can enter on the retest. Yeah, the 1 hour close. Once the 1 hour closes, we can think about buys, but not now. We don't know if this is going to continue or not. The breakout is going to give us the confirmation. Okay, I'm back. Gold, sell or buy? I don't know. I don't trade gold, but I can give you my opinion what can happen here. So gold created resistance. This candle closed above all these candles that got rejected before. This candle looks like making the retest to continue up. But I don't trade gold. It tends to make lots of fake outs, just like here. You see, it broke out of this consolidation, resulted in a fake out, went all the way up. Now, see, broke this support, resulted in a fake out. A lot of fake outs happens on gold, so better stay away from gold. I wouldn't recommend trading gold. I say this every day. GCAD all the way up. See, it was good that we stayed away because the 4-hour breaker retest already happened before. Now we have all the way up. Are you on IG? Yes, I am. SadFX1 is my Instagram. The link to my channel is on description, so you can join there if you want to keep up with my updates, or you can follow me on Instagram, whatever you like. It's your choice. Now let's see. EU, this still needs to push up. EU still has room to go up, at least fill this range first. Then maybe if we break above this too, can continue all the way up, fill this. Take a look at the daily. Daily, yeah, we can fill this daily wick maybe. It's pretty big range, but anything can happen, right? This previous daily candle rejected pretty hard all the way up. And this current daily candle also made a pullback. Now we have a good setup on lower time frames, which I think once we go above that, once we go above this, you can still continue a lot more, fill this. So let's wait and see. For now, we secured 50% here of our profits, moved our stop loss at break even, and now we're waiting for another push to the upside. And it has a lot of potential. The news was good for Euro USD. For Euro, for USD, the news are later. Now we're just gonna have to wait and see. GBP USD can be another trade, but gonna have to wait for the candles close. Jacob, there's no need to look at GBP USD until the candle closes, so we have plenty of time. We can just watch it going up, down, but nothing until this candle closes, because it can still close below. Let's not forget that. Yeah, it's said about USD CHF before. We're in that middle consolidation. It's not my best pair, to be honest. So it's not that I'm interested in trading USD CHF. Setup looks good, but nothing special. Euro New Zealand looks like we are at support. Yeah, seems like we had a good break and retest on the 4 hour here. Went pretty nice, and we have a good range to fill. We decided to go down, but NSD is pretty strong right now, so we'll see. It went perfectly. Look at NSD breakout retest all the way up. Unfortunately, we got stopped at break even, but still went up. Most important thing is that we were right. The new site, here it is, myfxbook.com. You have investing.com also, so choose whenever you want. myfxbook.com or investing.com. Okay, so like I said on NSD/USD, what we can do is we can wait for the 4 hour to close. Once it closes like this, a retest and continuation. Even though the retest would be pretty big, because it would mean that price would come all the way down here. So I wouldn't be surprised if price only makes a small pullback here on the wicks, then goes up. So we'll see. For now, there's no trade. We are just watching. Gonna go through all the pairs to see if we have a potential trade. Why I don't trade New York session? I do trade New York session, but not live streaming it. I trade New York session with my students, with my group. UJ, looks like we're gonna have a break on UJ. Let's see. If we close above on UJ, we can have a nice setup. And this is very strong support. Once we close below, we can have a nice trade. AUD CHF. Why do we trade this pair? AUD CHF. I mean, it's not the best. Look at all this consolidation. Big consolidation. But it looks like it's heading up. Switch to the 1 hour. Wow, it's big consolidation. Better stick to a 4 hour. Looks like ADCHF can push up. And I can see that we have a middle zone in this big consolidation. So the best thing on ADCHF, my opinion, would be if this candle goes above these previous candles, a break and retest of this small resistance would be the best. Even if this 4 hour candle closes like this, I think it can still go up based on what I see here on the left, that we have this middle zone, and even this can work out on this pair. I think. But a close above would be much more safer. Because once this current candle goes above the previous one, that means that's a good confirmation or good sign that price can continue bullish. Other than that, I don't think even if that happens, I'm not gonna take a trade on this pair because it's not my it's not on my list. I just want to take a look, but it's not on my list. I want to focus on major pairs mostly. It's a lot more safe because we have a lot more information about them. EJ looks like got rejected from this resistance. Like we expected. But I said not gonna take sells because we got rejected from support too, so I stayed away. Wow, Euro USD went all the way down. Stop loss at break even, so it doesn't really matter if it hits my stop. Still took profits here. So nothing big happening. GJ is not breaking yet. Got rejected, you can see. GJ got rejected from resistance, and like I said, the best thing here would be if we break above this, then a retest and continuation to the upside. But you can see how it got rejected all the way down. Now it's going to take some time to break this because you can see how many rejections we had here. It's not going to be that easy to break this. Not on the first try. He's going to need some big momentum. You can see even yesterday we had news and it still couldn't break on the first try. On the second, on the third try. Then it broke up. Made the retest. Went all the way up again. Came back down. You can see on the first try it got rejected. Second one closed below. It was a retest, but not, it didn't come for that perfect retest. It rejected lower here. Still went down. Now another rejections here we have. So it's not going to be easy to break this. But once we break, there's going to be a nice move. And let's not forget this is a daily support too. So this daily support too, and it's very strong. Can GU be double top? What do you mean by that? Double top, what? For sells, it's not the way I trade. So for me, we need a breakout. That's my way of trading. We need to break a retest to continue up. If we don't close above, we close below, then there's no trade for me. That's for sure. So we'll have to wait and see. Aussie dollar is going pretty good. We'll see if it's going to break above. If it does close above, you can see another push to the upside. Euro USD made a pretty big retracement, but still stayed above. Let's see, there's still time. Next candle can push up. Have to wait and see. I think EU should stay above this. Even if this candle closed like this, the next one shouldn't come lower than this level here, and it should continue more. For the retest, do you wait for candle close? No, I don't. Breakout is my confirmation. What if this would be a fake out? If this would be a fake out, would be very easy to deal with it. I'm gonna give you an example now. Okay, so fake outs are good. We know how to manage fake outs. I'm gonna tell you a fake out that happened yesterday, right? Right. So yesterday we had a breakout on NSD USD. And it was a fake out. So what happened here is we had a breakout, price came all the way up. We had resistance here. This candle closed back in the range. Now if our entry would be here, we'd have a 20 pip stop loss, right? So 20 pip stop loss would be from our entry would be all the way up here. That would be 20 pip stop loss. Now when price makes a fake out, what it usually does is also retest that zone. So if price closed back in the range, just like this candle happened here, price is going to make a retest to continue in that way. Once price closed back in the range, made the retest. Now if our entry was here, we could have exit at the entry. Even that price pushed a bit higher, still came and made the retest. And it didn't go 20 pips to reach our stop loss. So when a fake out happens, if price doesn't reach your stop loss, most of the time it's going to make a retest before continue doing that move to the upside. Always, most of the time. I can't say always because there are ways when it doesn't do that, but most of the fake outs you can go and back test. After the fake out is when price closes back in the range after the breakout. So we closed below, but the next candle came all the way back down, back up, closed back in the range. Next candle most of the time does the retest. That's the chance for you to get out of the trade without losing. And then You can also take buys if you want to the upside. So you can make that fake out profit. So that's what I would do the same on EU if the fake out would happen, which didn't happen because fake outs are rare. Wow, EU got rejected all the way down. See how important it is to secure profits when you hit another zone. So EU got rejected from this resistance, and if you watch the stream earlier what I said, the reason why I secured some because we are at resistance, and you can see these weeks how it got rejected. So the same thing could happen with this, which happened. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, EU stopped me at break even my rest of the positions. Good thing, good thing that I took profits at 13 pips. So I'm just gonna leave this. I'm not in this trade anymore. Runners got stopped. Now let's take a look at EA because somebody's saying 4-hour break and retest. EA. Still look at EA 4-hour. Yeah, like I said before on EA, once we close below this, a retest and continuation. It makes a lot of sense. AUDHD, I don't know. Looks like it's not gonna be a good break. So we have to be careful. Not rushing this. I'm just gonna hold this runner. I don't think I'm gonna take a second entry here. Already did 3 trades, so I think it's enough for London session for me. New York session, we'll see if I get a good setup. Why not? But always not risking profits, just a small percentage. Let's see. UJ? What's happening with UJ? Yeah, looks like GU is gonna be a rejection, no breakout. UJ is not a break yet. We're gonna have to stay with a 4-hour. So we need a 4-hour breakout, and the 1 hour is not gonna be enough. We need a strong close below on the 4-hour. Can we look for buys on AUD USD? Just like 1 minute ago, it's not going to be a strong breakout. So I said it would be risky if we don't have a strong break. This would be only 1-2 pips breakout, not enough. We need 10 pips breakout. Want to be sure. Euro AUD. Euro AUD can be a good trade, so we'll have to wait and see. First of all, I said before, we have a daily break and retest. We have a daily break and retest. Now the breakout, the retest happened already. This candle closed below all these candles. This made the retest. But for us to find an entry, we had to switch to the 4 hour because we had still these candles on the 4 hour. And we don't want to take sells on support for our support, so we wanted to wait for break below this. Now we said that we're going to wait for this candle to come below this candle. Once it closes below, small pullback as a retest and continuation. I think that's all for EA. Just gonna have to wait. Just giving you guys an idea because for me, I'm done. I don't think I'm gonna take any trade for this session until New York session. I'm gonna wait and see what market gives me. But I'm just waiting for another 7 minutes to see how candle's gonna close. So just so you know, what can we expect? I am calm. Why would I be stressed? There's no reason. There's no reason to be stressed. As long as you use good risk management, there's no need to worry about anything. On EJ, I would like a break below the support. We want to take a trade here. We want to wait for a break of this because this is the major support here. Can have a nice move to the downside. Just based on the previous rejections, how many times we got rejected from this, a lot of times, and once we had this breakout, retest all the way up. This was called also on the stream. Before then we had another retest, another rejection, another one, big push to the upside. Now it's coming again. Let's see if we get a break below and a retest to continue down. Would be pretty nice. So we'll have to see. There are a lot of pairs that can break. A lot of pairs are in consolidation that can still break. AUD CAD, this crazy consolidation. Looks like we had a fake out on AUD CAD. CAD JPY broke consolidation days before. NSD CAD, this is one of the biggest consolidations I've seen. Let's see how many days this been. 26 days of consolidation. Now that's pretty crazy. Almost a month of consolidation. Once this breaks, gonna see a crazy move up or down. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Looks like Euro GBP yesterday moved as we expected. GA. Pretty messy. You see, it was a good resistance here until it started these candles to close all in the middle. So I'll have to wait and see. New Zealand USD dollar can be another setup, just like we said before. Like I said, can wait for a break above on the 4-hour. EA looks better, I think. I think EA is the best pair for now. Best setup that can come. Okay, 2 minutes left. Let's see what's gonna happen. Once this candle close, can make a decision. Yeah, this can be a good breakout. See how many pips. Yeah, it's gonna be a 10 pip breakout. That's good. It's not bad. 10 pips is at least what we want. The least we want. Okay, good close. We have a 4-hour breakout on Euro AD. Now we need a retest here for continuation to the downside. We have a 4-hour break on NSD USD 2. See GJ got rejected all the way down. Nothing on GJ. Euro USD still at the same place. No trade for me there. UJ not a breakout yet. USD CAD not a good break. Can see how bad it closed. It didn't close below actually. See, not a good close. Still need a 10 pip break below. USD news coming later, so be careful. GU got rejected all the way down, no trade. GCAD, nothing here too. I think EA is the best for now. But we need a retest. We need a retest here. Once it comes for a retest, we can enter some sells to the downside. Yeah, that's what I think now. So, once price comes, it's a 10 pip range, so it need at least to come here. $550, 1.62550 would be the best. 650, 750, 25 pips, 20 pips stop loss, sorry. Can have a nice move to the downside. So wait for the retest. daily retest already happened, so this has lots of potential to continue down. Just need to come a bit higher. You can enter sells. The reason I'm not going to take sells is because I already did 3 trades today, and I'm just going to tell you what you can do here. But for me, I'm done for now until New York session. But this is great setup. Maybe I'll take a low risk trade here because it has great potential. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see. It's a small range. It should push up. It's 10 pips range. So it should at least come here. Not gonna enter before coming here. At least should make this retest. But before that, no, not gonna enter. It can continue from here too, but we don't want to get that big drawdown. The best would be the best entry to wait for that retest. And the best retest would be here at least 1.62550. After that would 10 pip stop loss would be perfect. It's almost where the breakout candle started. So this would be not valid only if the 4-hour would go all the way up and close back in the range. But I think a retest here and continuation would be perfect. It can come a little deeper here just because the other 4-hour candles are a bit higher, but overall this should continue bearish. The thing is that I see my setup, it can happen 10 times per day, and that would be over trading, because if with 2 or 3 trades I reach a good amount of percentage that I want to make, so would be enough for me. I can see then, let's say I took 3 trades now, I made some good money now. I can see my setup another 5 times maybe, but that would be just over trading. Risking my profits, not a good idea. So yeah, Aussie dollar, not a good close above. So like I said before, this needs to close at least 10 pips above so we can be sure to take this trade. But it didn't. It's not like 1-2 pips above. We need at least 10 pips close above, then a retest to continue up. Okay, so 4-hour on ADSD closed very nice. I think Aussie dollar can still continue a lot. Based on the 4-hour, looks like the 4-hour zone is lower than the 1-hour. So a small pullback on Aussie dollar. I think a small pullback on Aussie dollar can push this a lot more. Yeah, this is where all the 4-hour candles closed. So I think we should base our trade based on this. Yeah, so you guys have a chance to enter if it does make a retest here for continuation. But I'm still gonna hold my trades. Not gonna enter a second entry here. But if you guys don't have the first entry, then you get a chance here to enter. Looks very good, but keep that in mind that we have new USD news later on, and price can consolidate before that, so would be I would be careful if I enter a trade here. Yeah, thing is, we had good news for Euro, but EA is still dropping. I don't think I'm gonna take this, just like I said, because I already took 3 trades, 2 wins, 1 break-even trade. So for me, it's enough until New York session. We'll have to see. I think still should work out. Daily tells me sells, while the break and retest of daily. Now we also have a 4-hour break and retest, a 1-hour break and retest. Everything's telling that price should continue down. Gonna have to see. AUD is pretty strong right now. So yeah. New Zealand USD. New Zealand USD will have to see what happens. A retest and continuation would be very nice. Yeah, so I think that's all for today, guys. I think that's all for today. And it was a great session. We had some great trades, lots of movement. Not a lot, but pretty good. So I think I'm gonna go for now. Thanks all for participating. Like I said, Aussie dollar, a small retest on the 4-hour can take this a lot more. So once we retest this 4-hour, you might have the chance to get in for more continuation to the upside. Okay, let's take a look at this chart. Yeah, same time tomorrow. Same time tomorrow. Be here. This is the wrong chart. Somebody sent a wrong chart. Can't view that. Thank you all. Have a nice day. If you found this helpful, give it a like, subscribe, support this channel, and we continue tomorrow and next days. Have a nice day. Use good risk management. Take care. Thank you all.